Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Chris, for that kind introduction. I'm also, may I just say, what a fantastic film that was at the beginning. And one of the things I loved when I chaired the London Health Commission was the way in which we embraced new media in our work. And I still remember the one that I was filmed taking the tube and counting the number of the steps. My kids still mock me for that, and I'm sure it'll be something for the grandchildren in years to come. So, on a more serious note, I wanted firstly to begin thanking everyone involved in the Commission and organising this event a year on. All of you have shown a terrific leadership in contributing to the report and also in taking its recommendations forward. So, what has happened in the past year? I've got a fresh publication, I think it's in every seat, and I'm just going to go through some of the nuggets from that publication. There's been a remarkable step up in the leadership for health in London, and I'm delighted that the London Health Board has been reinvigorated and is hosting this event today. There is a meaty implementation plan for the report's recommendations, and real progress, more than half of them just in 1 year. In schools and in workplaces and in the transport network, we are seeing significant improvements. London is getting moving on becoming the world's healthiest major global city, and its legacy I am really proud of. The Healthy Schools Partnership is motoring away. The Workplace Health Charter is being adopted across employers. I also know the NHS is playing its significant part in all of this. Boris may still be smoking cigars in London's parks, but every time I go for a walk in one of London's parks, I am on the lookout for Boris striking a Churchillian pose, cigar in the mouth. But really, I'm delighted with how much progress has been made in that area too. Today, I'd like to acknowledge one person specifically, and that's Anne Raisbury and her superb leadership, that these important steps forward have been accomplished. Anne was a huge champion of the Commission, shaping its recommendations and supporting the work every step of the way. None of us would be in this room today without her leadership and bringing everyone together. So I would like all of you to join me in showing your appreciation to Anne. I'm also delighted that Simon Stevens has joined us today. Simon is an amazing leader and taking on the helm at the most difficult time in NHS's history. So our hearts and minds are all with you, Simon, and look forward to your talk and the progress from the 5-year forward view, and talk about what could be done to make London's health better and what are the opportunities for us as we move into the second year. He will also talk about devolution, I'm sure, and I know that no Londoner wants to be left behind by Manchester's Diva Max, and a bit of a competition between cities is always healthy. We also have that sense of competitiveness with our American cousins, and specifically New York, and I'm delighted to, and I'm waiting anxiously to hear from Dr. Bardot's talk later on this afternoon. We are going to be hearing from many others about how to drive health in London, and I'm so grateful to everyone for attending this event today. Now, turning on to the Mayor, I'm not often in the habit of watching the Conservative Party conference speeches, but for all sorts of reasons, this year I did. And when I turned it on to watch, the Mayor was actually speaking, and he talked about his achievements in London. Boris described longer life expectancy for Londoners as his knockout point. And watching Boris charge a 10-year-old Japanese schoolboy in a game of touch rugby and remembering our game. I don't know how many of you were at the launch, our game of football where the 9-year-old was tackled on the ground. He does seem to take this concept of knockout points rather than too literally, if I could say that. I'm not sure where the mayor is here. It's probably in the back. But on a more serious note, Mayor, you put in improvements in the health of Londoners at the centre of how you have described your achievements in office. You had the courage to appoint me and many of my fellow commissioners to lead an independent inquiry into London's health. And you are here today to underline how important health is to the people of London. Thank you for your leadership that you have shown in health in this capital. I've often heard Boris described, as some of you, I'm sure most of you in this room, as a potential future Prime Minister. Even David Cameron himself has said that. But I'm starting to wonder whether your real ambitions are to be the Secretary of State for Health. Having been a health minister, I could only advise you to steer clear from that. And if that's where you end up, you will have a wonderful time, I'm sure. So, looking ahead, in May of next year, we will be electing a new mayor for London. And I'm sure all of you will agree with me that the health should be at the heart of next year's mayoral election. I would like to see a health hustings and to hear Sadiq and Zach debate who will do the most improvement to London's healthcare. This room is filled with people who have dedicated their professional lives to improving the health of Londoners. London's next mayor must embrace health at the heart of his agenda. So today we have much to celebrate, and I'm looking forward to hearing from all of the other speakers. And on that note, just to thank you for the privilege of saying a few words at the opening and wish you the best as you move on to the next year. Thank you.